sure that we go live and make sure that we have sound. So just do me one favor and just okay, we're alive and we have sound. Yay! Hello everybody and welcome to another wonderful stream of Asagao Academy. I am Gina, aka the Gina Chew. My wonderful Gina Chew bot will give you all of the information to follow me on social media. You can follow me here, of course, on Twitch and on Twitter at the Gina Chew to keep an eye on when I will be streaming next. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And we are going to pick up from where we were. My heart will go on. Okay. So basically what happened the last time that we left off was we helped JonTron get a new bird to replace Jacques. Unfortunately, the bird was going crazy and almost knocked itself over, and through many hilarious circumstances, the bird got out and wound up ripping up Hana's favorite stuffed animal, Mr. Bunny, and now she is absolutely devastated, and there seems to be some tension now between her and JonTron, and she's kind of now going through the same thing that John was in a way when he lost Jacques. You know, this is something that she's mourning quite a bit. So let's see if we can read what's here. Dear Diary, I hate that bird. Oh, Hana. Oh, this poor girl. We have 25 tournament points. I believe we need 20 to win, so we should be good as far as winning the game tournament. But man, I'm more concerned about what's gonna happen between Hana and John now. So let's go see what is going to happen now. Let's jump right on into where we left off. Okay, here's Mai. Looks like she's checking on us. Hana, wake up! I was jolted awake by Mai, who stood in her volleyball uniform, duffel bag at her side, and fury on her face.
What the hell?
What the hell is this? Oh, jeez. She has no chill. She's like, what are you doing? Why are you moping over there? I blinked rapidly, the rest of the room coming into focus, the mess on the floor, the cotton everywhere, my things spread all over. That's right, Mai has no idea what happened. We didn't even clean up. Oh, is that all you have to say? Oh no. I hugged my head, trying to keep tears from streaming down my face yet again. My eyes were raw enough as it was. For the first time since entering the room, Mai seemed to realize something was wrong. Wait, are you okay, Hana? She sat down on the edge of my bed, setting her bag between her feet. I tried to speak, but my throat was shut tight. I swallowed several times to no avail. Finally, Mai stretched an arm out and took my hand in hers. Okay, tell me what happened. You have to. Whatever you've been hiding, it's clear something is up, and I'm super worried about you. Yeah, I don't know how she's going to explain this mess away. I looked at my hand in Mai's, then at the torn rabbit piece crumpled next to my pillow. I told John I wouldn't tell anyone, I promised. But now Mai was involved, her things destroyed and her roommate a mess. She deserved some kind of explanation. But I wasn't sure John would ever forgive me if I betrayed his trust. Ah! These choices kill me! Okay, what should we do? What should we do? I feel like if I were personally in this situation, I would tell her, because I think Mai's pretty trustworthy. And I think she deserves an explanation after the way that the room is. You know, I don't think that there's really anything good that could come out of evading, you know, telling her the truth and kind of skipping the issue and ignoring it. So I would probably choose tell her the truth. So let's go look at our handy dandy walkthrough and see if that would be the correct choice on our route to getting the best ending for JonTron. It is not. It is not. Which is fine, because I wouldn't have gotten it anyway if I were playing blind, because the first choice that we had I screwed up. But in order to get JonTron's best ending, we need to evade the topic. We need to try and not tell Mai the truth. Mai, I really want to tell you what happened, but I can't. Seeing the look on her face, I reiterated. I can't. I made a promise. I know that if you had something you wanted me to keep secret, you wouldn't want me to tell anybody, right? I said it out of desperation, hoping she would understand. To my great surprise, Mai seemed to be caught off guard. Yeah, you're right. There are things I wouldn't... She trailed off. But are you okay? I nodded slowly. I'm really sorry, Mai. I really, really am. Tears pricked the back of my eyes and Mai rubbed my shoulders.
I'll support you.
Hey, shh. It's okay, Hana. Don't worry. Between the two of us, we'll have this mess cleaned up in no time, right? Wow, what a saint Mai is! Wow! She bounded to her feet, completely restored from her intense anger. Yeah! We'll totally kick this mess's ass! Mai might be quick to jump to conclusions, but she was just as quick to move on from them. Yeah, it's true, she doesn't really hold grudges for too long. A small smile crossed my lips. Right, let's get to work. I had forgotten. Oh, what had we forgotten? I might not have Mr. Bunny anymore, but I had friends now. That's right, you don't necessarily need Mr. Bunny. It wasn't enough to ease the pain of the loss, but it was enough to give me the strength to get out of bed. And this is the lesson we need to help teach JonTron, because poor John is so heartbroken. I'm still not really sure I get it. Is this a new day? Do we have to okay, yeah, it's a new day. We got 30 tournament points. Okay, so we got more tournament points by evading the question. The current event is Face Your Fears. That's interesting. And here's today's diary entry. Dear Diary, I'm so lucky that Mai's okay with it, even after everything that happened. I'm just so tired. I just want to forget about it all. I don't blame you. It's been a rough road trying to win JonTron's heart. It hasn't been easy. It was Saturday afternoon, and Mai and I were with Satch in the library, bent over our math notebooks. I mean, it's a logical equation, but when I plug in the numbers, I don't seem to get the same answer as you. What am I doing wrong? Satch chuckled and pointed between my equation and the one in the book. You forgot to copy down these parentheses, so you're doing it out of order. Oh, jeez. You know, it's kind of funny, Hana. You're a natural for strategies and seeing patterns in things, which you would think would make you good at math, but... It's not that I'm bad at it! I get great grades in it. It's just that, I mean, if I know what the answer is, why do I have to go through this stupid effort to show my work? And then the results don't match what I thought. Well, then you don't know the answer. Although I do remember back in my school days, some years ago, when I used to hate having to show my work. Because sometimes I would come up with other ways to get answers and, you know, the teachers get uptight about that. I bit my lip, not liking how ditzy I felt, but Mai whistled. You really are a genius. I glanced at Satch's notebook, on which he was scrolling out a complicated algorithm for some kind of machine he was working on. I don't think I'm the genius. I wonder when we romance Satch if we'll learn what that machine is. I wonder if that's part of his story. Satch looked up and grinned.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Oh! That crazy crow! Thank you so much for the follow! Welcome, my dear! Thank you so much for joining me! How cool is it to see you today? Thanks so much for hanging out! And thank you very much for the follow. You two are ridiculous. You'll be right up where I am next year, so don't even act like I'm special or something. Oh, please, Satch, you're a smart guy. I blushed, but Mai rolled her eyes. The day I reach your level is the day Jared actually decides to date me. So it's nice to see that after, you know, our little decision to try and, you know, reach for our dreams, that Mai has no qualms about admitting that she wants Jared. She's just she doesn't care. I winced at her put down, but Mai seemed completely okay with what she just said. She'd finally come to terms with the fact that Jared seemed, frankly, uncomfortable around her. I don't know, maybe because she's actually, like, a decent girl that he could actually have feelings for, because it tends to be that when you have a guy that flirts with lots of girls and stuff like Jared does, that they probably have some sort of issues when it comes to having, actual emotional intimacy with someone. So maybe you're just too good for him, Mai. Whatever, it's his loss. And it might be our gain when we romance Jared, although I'm still really, really worried about that, because I feel really bad for dating him when I know how much Mai likes him, but we'll have to see how that storyline turns out. I watched her carefully. Maybe this was exactly what she needed, though. Now she could get to know the actual Jared instead of the Jared she built up in her head. That is true. It would not be good if she did not figure out who Jared really was. That would not be a good basis for a relationship. Although the actual Jared seems surprisingly fishy to me. Yeah, I have a feeling that weird caller on PB&J that we heard during PBG's playthrough. I feel like that was Jared, and that there's something going on with him. There's something he's hiding.
What's going on?
Oh, John! Hey, man, what brings you here? Oh, John doesn't look happy. I jumped. John appeared behind me, looking distinctly uncomfortable. Hands in his pockets, he gestured towards the door. I was hoping I could speak to you, Hana. I was looking all over for you. Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sure. I nodded to Mai and Satch, then followed John out of the library. We stepped out into the slightly chilly air. I glanced at the clouds above us, silver ridges lining their edges. Looks like rain. I guess so. John nodded. I wrapped my arms around my body, getting a bit cold. I didn't have the comfortable jacket John did. So I just wanted to apologize for what happened yesterday. I should have stayed with you or taken the Jacques to my room. I know how you are with birds, so I should have been more careful. Yeah, that's right. He wanted to try and talk to us and comfort us, but Hana was so upset that she told him to get out. Yeah, that was kind of an awkward situation. No, I'm sorry. I just had this crazy outburst and you had no idea what was going on. And I'm the one who said I could handle it, and I'm the one who let him out of the box. John chuckled. If you ask me, we're both at fault. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. John beamed as if somehow both of us being at fault exonerated us. It wasn't exactly what I wanted to hear. But there was no reason it couldn't work like that, so why not? Yeah, I decided to just let bygones be bygones. It's all good. Anyways, I wanted to make it up to you, so how about we go on a date tomorrow? If you wanna, and if you have time. I don't want to put pressure on you or anything. John is asking Hana out on a date! Finally! I beamed, clapping my hands together. Of course I do. I'd love to.
Yeah!
Great, that's awesome! One of the things I really like about this storyline is that they very obviously have feelings for each other, and they're not ashamed or embarrassed by it. They don't stumble over it like Hana and PBG did. It just seems like a very kind of natural thing to them that they're both kind of just rolling with. So it's nice to see that. The sun broke through the clouds above us, warming my face. I smiled, stretching my arms out to absorb the sudden light, as if that isn't metaphorical. What a great day! So, about the new Jacques. I'm getting a little nervous. He's a really antsy bird, way more than I anticipated. He's just not as predictable as Jacques was. And now we're on new Jacques. John was apparently completely unable to read moods. I had to tape over the entrance to his birdhouse because he kept trying to eat all of PBG's nachos. I didn't even know birds could eat nachos. They'll probably eat whatever you put in front of them, really. They probably couldn't. Well, Jacques was a robot, so... Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time training him. But there's only 3 weeks until the play and the tournament, and I need to practice for that, too. I'm starting to get a little worried, is what I'm saying. It doesn't help that I procrastinate the heck out of these kinds of things. The more important, the worse it is. Yeah, I know that feeling. Would it help if I train him, too? And that way you could have time off to do homework or practice or whatever. Wow, Hana, what a big thing to offer. John glanced at me in surprise, then chuckled. After everything that happened yesterday, you'd still offer to take over for me? I mean, if it's for you, I don't see the problem. Maybe if we work together, we'll even be able to teach him the old Jacques robot voice? Oh man, that's a huge weight off my chest. Thank you so much, Hana. John stepped forward as if to hug me, then stopped. Anyways, I gotta head back. There's scene painting's happening today. I'm supposed to supervise. Last year they painted boobs and penises all over the sets. Of course they did. Right, go ahead.
See you later.
I'll come pick you up tomorrow, so be ready. Look how excited he is. John jogged off towards the theater. I cupped my hands around my mouth. And don't you dare dress like Malkovich! John waved at me. Whether that meant he wasn't going to, though, I didn't know. You never know who's gonna show up for your date, Hana. You never know. With joy bouncing in my stomach like a squirrel on too much caffeine, I darted back into the library, intent on finishing my homework before the next day. It took me several hours to finish all of the homework I accumulated over the past week. So much happened and there was so much to process that I had almost no energy left over to do my work. But my impending date with John gave me the vigor I sorely lacked. Smiling, I boxed my final answer on my math sheet. I'm done! I stretched my arms to the sky as the door opened.
Hello.
Mai! Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? You're so cheery today. Is it about what John wanted to talk to you about? Or is this a new day? Oh, it is. Okay, cool. So the current event is called Responsibility. Oh, I don't know if I like the sound of that. Let's read the diary entry. Dear Diary, even if I hate it, that's not going to do anything to help anybody. John's under so much stress with the tournament, Jacques' death, and the play happening all at the same time. If I couldn't swallow my anger now to help him, I couldn't call myself a good girlfriend. Yeah, that's true. You gotta be there for each other. That's part of a relationship. Well, we're going on a date tomorrow. I'm so happy. Instead of the joy that I expected, Mai's gaze shifted away from me. She looked almost upset. Uh-oh. It's not a good thing? What? No, it's great. I'm glad you're going on a date with John. I know how much you like him. I think. It's just that, well, after you and John left, Satch started asking me some questions. Did you start telling secrets after you kept saying, oh... He wanted to know whether John was still practicing for the tournament. Apparently, he's been skipping out on practice and hasn't been helping anyone prepare. He told him that he's really busy with the play, but the other guys feel kind of screwed over. Oh. He's one of the founders after all. If he's not putting the time in, why should any of them? But that's not fair. It's not? If you and John don't want to tell people what's going on, that's your decision. But then you can't be upset when people see your behavior and make assumptions based on what's there. There are people in this world that need to take this piece of dialogue and frame it on their wall. Important life lessons, people. I don't know what's going on, but John is slacking off. That's the truth. It is the truth. John is working really hard right now. He's got his hands completely full. Full enough that he has time to go on a date with you? Ooh. Oh, that... Ow. She kind of has a point, though. Mai kind of has a point. But that's not fair. I'm just saying, this is what it looks like on the outside. The other guys are getting concerned. I told you, and now you know. You can decide what to do with it. What I should do with it? I guess I could try to make him be less stressed. Talking to him about it would only make him more stressed. Oh. Well, from my perspective, John is obviously very worried about balancing everything. So I feel like because obviously he is having trouble balancing this and he doesn't really seem to realize it, I feel like it would be better in the long run to explain to